The time 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lal Malavarachi and read by Tilani Pires. The Prime Minister says the government will ensure a better future for children. Search operations without prior information to curb wave of criminal activity. Amended quarantine measures for overseas travellers announced. 219 more corona-infected people recovered. And on international news, the UK vaccine supply hit by India delivery delay. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa will make a state visit to Bangladesh tomorrow on an invitation extended by the Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The visit will coincide with the celebration of the birth centenary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the Golden Jubilee of the independence of Bangladesh. Sri Lanka's Ministry of Health has granted approval to undertake the state visit to Bangladesh as a biosecure travel bubble, adhering to strict COVID-19 preventing measures. Prime Minister Rajapaksa will be delivering a speech tomorrow evening at the event to mark the conclusion of the Mujibur declared to celebrate the 100th birth anniversary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and Bangladesh's independence. During the visit, Prime Minister Rajapaksa will hold high-level bilateral meetings with Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, President of Bangladesh Muhammad Abdul Hamid, the Foreign Minister of Bangladesh, and the Governor of the Bangladesh Bank. The special invitation and the high-level bilateral discussions are expected to enhance the strong relations the two countries have enjoyed for a very long time. Bilateral discussions will touch upon a variety of sectors including agriculture, trade and investment, defence, maritime connectivity, education, health and tourism, among others. Police will conduct a DNA test and fingerprint scan to verify the identity of underworld gang member and drug racketeer Keselwatte Dinuka, whose remains were sent to Sri Lanka from Dubai this morning. Police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohan, addressing a media briefing, said the remains will be placed at the Negombo Base Hospital until his identity is verified. Keselwatte Dinuka is known as the main drug racketeer in Sri Lanka as part of the overseas drug network. An Interpol red warrant was also issued for his arrest. Police said he was wanted over several criminal activities in Colombo. DIG Rohana said Keselwatte Dinuka travelled to Dubai on the 19th of June 2012. The DIG said court cases currently being heard involving the drug racketeer will be closed with his death certificate following the confirmation of his identity. The Director General of Health Services has issued revised COVID-19 quarantine guidelines for all incoming passengers and tourists arriving in Sri Lanka from overseas. The guidelines noted that they should receive the approval to enter the country from the Foreign Affairs Ministry and other relevant authorities or from the Sri Lanka Tourism respectively. All travellers should submit the filled health declaration form to the staff of Airport Health Office at health counters on arriving at the airport. Police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana said Mr. Asad Sali, who has been arrested, is being questioned. He said Mr. Sali is being questioned to find whether he was helping terrorists or supported the Easter Sunday attack when he was the Western Province Governor. Investigations are being conducted to find the identity of the firearm found from his vehicle. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
The Ministry of Health says that another 219 patients who recovered from the coronavirus have been discharged from the medical care. This brings the total number of COVID-19 recoveries in the country thus far to 85,944. A total of 2,381 infected patients are currently under medical care at designated hospitals and treatment centres across the country. The tally of COVID-19 cases confirmed in the country so far has climbed to 88,862. In the meantime, the death toll stands at 396. That ends local news for now.
Darling, our daughter has top O-level results. Do you know what this means?
Yes, just 3 years and she'll be going abroad for her degree.
For which we'll need a bank loan.
But is a normal loan the smartest option?
What else?
The smartest way is to start an HDFC Smart Goals account.
Let your child begin their degree with no delays. Start an HDFC Smart Goals account. Call 2356 888.
Honey, you're so smart.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. SLBC, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. SLBC, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by SLBC Vidya Mahatmya.
The Minister of Public Security, Rear Admiral Dr. Sarath Weerasekara, says that the Sri Lanka Police, led by the Special Task Force and the Army, will carry out operations throughout the country without prior notice to curb the crime wave in the country. The Minister said that these special operations are being carried out without prior notice as different types of criminals are hiding in different places. Minister Weerasekara further stated that these operations be carried out day and night for several days and that the support of the people is highly appreciated to make it a success. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by SLBC Vidya Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from SLBC.
And on Watch Light tonight, the highest number of casualties of road accidents in Sri Lanka are motorcyclists, and 950 of them died on the roads last year. During the last year, 638 pedestrians and 159 cyclists were killed in road accidents. Moreover, motorcyclists are responsible for most fatal accidents, causing 5,592 road accidents during the last 5 years. This was revealed during an awareness program conducted by the Transport Ministry for motorcyclists on how to ride safely in keeping with road rules to prevent motorcycle accidents. Motorcyclists were also educated on the importance of wearing helmets, which are on par with international standards. During the program, common reasons for the accidents caused by motorcyclists were identified. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines first. UK vaccine supply hit by India delivery delay. Canada extends travel restrictions at US border. Israel to launch 3 autonomous nano-satellites to monitor Earth from space. An expected reduction in the UK's COVID vaccine supply in April is partly due to a delay in a delivery from India on 5 million Oxford AstraZeneca doses. The shipment produced by the Serum Institute of India has been held up by 4 weeks. Housing Secretary Robert Jenrick said neither a single factory nor a country was responsible for supply issues. The Department of Health insists it is still on track to offer a first dose to all adults by the end of July. NHS England warned of a reduction in supply in April in a letter to local health organizations. The Canadian government said today US land borders with Canada will remain closed to non-essential travel until at least April 21st. The new 30-day extension is the second announced under President Joe Biden and comes as a US lawmaker in border states have urged lifting the nearly year-old restrictions to address the COVID-19 pandemic. Canada has shown little interest in lifting the restrictions and last month imposed new COVID-19 testing requirements for some Canadians returning at the crossings. The Israel Institute of Technology announced today Israel will launch a cluster of 3 nano-satellites into space on Saturday. The 3 autonomous nano-satellites developed and built by the Technion with support of Israel Space Agency will fly in formation and monitor the Earth from space. The nano-satellites will detect signals from Earth using a mission receiver developed by state-run Israel Aerospace Industries Company and calculate the accurate location of people, planes and ships. The signals will be transmitted to a mission control center located at Technion's Space Institute. Back to the world news headlines. UK vaccine supply hit by India delivery delay. Canada extends travel restrictions at US border. Israel to launch 3 autonomous nano-satellites to monitor Earth from space. That ends world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
On development news, Highways Minister Johnston Fernando said that the government plans to build 1,000 rural bridges in the country this year to replace the existing old vine bridges, footbridges and small bridges. The new bridges will replace the dilapidated makeshift bridges in rural areas which are unstable. He said these low-cost concrete bridges will be an alternative to the makeshift wooden bridges. The minister said 9.5 billion rupees has been allocated for the construction of 1,000 rural bridges. With the implementation of this project, the main road network will be connected to the rural roads, facilitating the day-to-day activities of the rural people. That came to you in development news.
Development News was brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
Moving on with sports news, a PCR test conducted before the South African cricket tour have identified that one Pakistani player has been infected with COVID-19. This is according to PCR tests conducted on 35 players of the Pakistan coaching staff. The 3-day match ODI series between the two countries is scheduled to begin on April 2nd at Centurions. That's sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Business news, a prominent Russian business tycoon, Andriy Melnichenko, visited the port city Colombo yesterday. He was accompanied by Sri Lankan-born British politician and former EU parliamentarian Niranjan Deva Aditya. Melnichenko is a self-made billionaire with major investments in Switzerland-based fertilizer giant Eurochem Group and Russia-based coal energy company SUEK. The delegation was briefed on the Port City Colombo project, its construction progress and future developments by Radhika Allepola, country manager sales and investor relations. Melnichenko expressed positive remarks about the project and he was impressed about the strategic planning of the new city in the making. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News. Courtesy of
Business deals now easy. It just takes a few taps only. Anytime, get it done, all connected. Best discounts with real time. LOLC Real Time. Now download LOLC Finance Real Time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and no benefits.
The Board of Investment of Sri Lanka will facilitate potential investors who wish to visit the country through the biosecurity bubble option. MOH recommended COVID-19 preventive measures will be practiced throughout such visits, with the biosafely bubble ensuring that neither the local population nor visiting investors will be at risk of exposure. This will be possible through selected hotels, safe transport facilities, and all other stipulated health and safety measures facilitated through the BOI. That came to you on Economic News.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah,
When will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now to conclude the weather report, the Met Department says the possibility of evening thunder showers over most parts of the island is high during the next few days. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places over most parts of the island during the evening or night. Fairly heavy falls above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in the Sabaragamuwa, southern, western and central provinces. Showers can be expected in the eastern and Uva provinces during the morning too. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamuwa and western provinces during the morning. That was the weather report, and now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. The Prime Minister says the government will ensure a better future for children. Search operations without prior information to curb wave of criminal activity. Amended quarantine measures for overseas travellers announced. 219 more corona-infected people recovered. And on international news, UK vaccine supply hit by India delivery delay. That ends this news broadcast.